Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? Sam here, back again with a video, and today is Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, the Friday before the first qualifiers of the year. So we're going to go ahead and going to be predicting the type of content I think we'll be seeing tomorrow, and looking back in the past with what cards we got last year, and see if that can help us guess what we could be seeing tomorrow, because I do really think we're going to be getting something pretty big tomorrow, just because 2K knows the tournament starts on Saturday. They know people are going to be willing to spend money and, pay top dollar for some of these cards. So before we go ahead and get into this, go ahead, just a friendly reminder, hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're brand new, you've never seen my channel before, because we are on the grind at 20,000 subs, and we stream every single day here on YouTube and upload multiple times per week. So with that all being said, let's go ahead. I'm just going to quickly show you guys we're getting packs tomorrow, obviously because it's Friday, but also because the timer ends tomorrow. So there you go. There's the proof. But just wanted to show you guys that before we switch over to my desktop view. And as you can see, I pulled this up from last year. This is courtesy of MTDB here, and we're looking at 2K20 card releases. And today is the 8th of October. And if we look last year around the 8th, or I guess, yeah, the 8th was, I don't know what it was last year. I didn't look. But basically, if we look at the 8th last year and the 9th, and then the following days around it, you'll see that we got Wilt Chamberlain. This is probably the closest Friday drop to the 8th that we got last year. And you see the Friday before the qualifiers, we got Wilt Chamberlain, Diamond Kevin Love, Dr. J, Nick Van Exel, Billy Cunningham, and Terrence Ross. And I went ahead and pulled up their cards on here just so, we can go through them and talk about, how good they actually were. And the one thing I do want to mention too is, do I think we're going to get Wilt Chamberlain for sure tomorrow? Probably not, but we're going to get a player maybe similar in stats, if that makes sense. If we don't get a center, we could get a player, with similar, I wouldn't say overpowered, but, equivalent OP-ness, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the card's going to be good, but it's not going to be insanely good. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, then I guess I'm crazy. But we got Wilt Chamberlain here. The big thing with him last year when they released him was his speed. I know he was just a killer in the qualifiers. I don't think I was trying to qualify myself at the time, but the 85 speed, I remember last year, that was just insane. 85 speed on a center. And comparing that to this year, I believe Bill Russell, the Diamond Bill Russell, is the fastest center in the game at like 83 speed right now. So it wouldn't be that insane for them to release a Wilt Chamberlain. And obviously he couldn't shoot. He had a 70 mid-range, and the badges were okay. I think the badges this year, I think the power creep is a little bit more balanced this year, but I think they're adding a little bit more badges this year on cards. From my observation, it seems like they're badging out cards a little bit better this year. So Wilt Chamberlain and let's see, Kevin Love and Terrence Ross. I remember this Terrence Ross too. I remember watching Ty Dabo. You guys know who Ty is. He qualified last year, and he's the Play Now champion, which that doesn't really relate to my team, but basically, you guys know who he is, a competitive player. I remember watching him evolve this card literally the day before the qualifiers, because this was going to be such a game-changing card, and this was such a good card early on if you evolved him all the way to Diamond, because he had a crazy three-pointer, crazy good shooting badges with the range extender. Didn't have clamps and stuff, but just a crazy offensive card. So how does this relate and kind of translate to this year? Again, I think tomorrow we're going to be getting, a pink diamond player, or we're going to be getting a promo. I don't think we'll get an idol because we just got one last week, but we'll be getting players that are going to be game changers in the qualifier if you spend the money to rip packs, or you have the MT to acquire the card. So I definitely, I'm not going to say it guarantees we get an Evo card tomorrow, because it seems like 2K doesn't want to drop Evo cards this year for some reason. We haven't got very many of them, but I could see us getting an equivalent shooting guard or small forward that's just really good offensively, that's going to be a must-have for the tourney. So am I saying it's going to be Terrence Ross? No, but someone similar. Maybe, I want to say T-Mac, but I think they're going to hold off on T-Mac. Plus, we've been getting a lot of shooting guards recently, so probably not T-Mac. I guess another player that could be comparable, and this came later, this wasn't in the same release as Wilt Chamberlain, but Bruce Bowen, I could also see a really good 3-and-D player being dropped tomorrow, because I remember this Diamond Bruce Bowen was definitely a sought-after card last year. I'm not really sure if he was ready in the qualifiers. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, but just a really good 3-and-D player once he was evolved, and even before he's evolved, he was a good 3-and-D player. But players similar to this, I could see being dropped tomorrow and being labeled or created as must-haves for the qualifier. I could definitely just see that coming tomorrow. And some other players, if we don't get Wilt Chamberlain. Some other ideas, you know, if we do actually get a center, if it's not Wilt Chamberlain, I'm definitely thinking a David Robinson, which, again, I feel like these stats right here would be perfect for a release right now. At this point in the 2K21 cycle, these stats right here really just, I think, are perfect. I mean, he's got a 72 3 ball, which is hittable, but not OP. He's got an 88 mid-range, which is perfect. 72 speed, which is good, but not OP. He's got good defense. The rebounding was kind of sus on this card, which is always weird, but pretty much all these stats right here in badges are like good, but not OP, and I think this really lines up well with at the power level we're at right now in 2K21. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw David Robinson. We don't have too many stretch bigs this year. I mean, we have Mykin, but not many people, including myself, are a fan of that Mykin card. He's kind of inconsistent at times. He's either on or he's off. Porzingis, he's a good card, but, you know, it's Porzingis. He has low strength. He's not the fastest. So a David Robinson, in my opinion, would be ideal for tomorrow. And if I could choose what we had dropped tomorrow, I'd probably choose D-Rob, because I would love a center that is athletic, can play defense, and can shoot a little bit. But just some other cards too. Tim Duncan, again, this was way later. If we go ahead and go back in time, actually, or back in time, we go back to 2K20, you'll see that Tim Duncan was released in November. But if you look around here, it's kind of not scary, but like very, very similar to the type of cards we're getting right now. I mean, we got John Stockton already this year. We got him a Tumbo. We already have a Christian Laettner. We have a Hornacek. I mean, if you just look around at past the cards we got in the past last year, it's kind of crazy how similar it is. Look at this. We got a George Mykin. We got a James Silas, if not the same card art. We got an Isaiah Ryder. Like, I don't know. I think all these cards right here within a month or two could be released tomorrow. I mean, you know, that's a broad prediction. So obviously I'm gonna be right with one of them, but I just wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of these cards. We got a Dirk Nowitzki already. Baron Davis, I saw this right here. This is the Tim Duncan drop, by the way, which I was talking about. We already have the Paul George. I could definitely see us getting a John Wall, even though we already got the Darren Williams. And even if we did get a John Wall, I don't see him replacing Darren Williams, because he's basically a free Curry right now, because he can do the Curry slide and he can get range. So I don't see him, even if he was dropped tomorrow, replacing Darren Williams. But we got him last year in the Tim Duncan drop. Baron Davis, this would definitely be game-changing, because he would be able to shoot like Darren Williams, but dunk better. So I don't know. These are just some similar drops that we got around this time last year. Is there any other? I mean, I already went through this. Amari Stoudemire, this is a good one too. I wanted to bring up Amari Stoudemire because the power forward position is definitely weak this year, weak so far. I mean, it's weak every year. It's, you know, it's usually the weakest position, but I wouldn't be surprised maybe we see Amari Stoudemire tomorrow. Again, I feel like this lines up really well with the current power creep level in 2K21. I mean, 81 3 ball. I don't know if they'd make an Amari with an 81 3 ball, maybe a little bit lower, but even if they drop identical stats to this one, I feel like this would really fit in well. That speed's pretty high. This would fit in pretty well with the current level. Maybe this card actually be a little bit ahead of its time in 2K21, I'd say, because the speed's there, the shooting's there, and these badges are really, really nice. But I don't know. Amari Stoudemire, I think we're definitely due for a power forward as well. I didn't really bring up Kevin Love. Kevin Love would be good too. Maybe I wouldn't say a pink diamond. Well, maybe a pink diamond. I don't know if a pink diamond Kevin Love would sell packs, but a diamond Kevin Love, this card I think would fit perfectly into the meta right now, because again, we need a stretch 4. I was also going to bring up a LeBron James, but I'm thinking they're going to hold off on LeBron and AD cards because tomorrow is game 5, and I really see the Lakers actually closing it out. And I think 2K is going to drop a Finals MVP Moments card, so I don't think we're going to get an AD, a LeBron. I mean, I don't think the Heat are coming back, but like, I don't think we're going to be getting a Jimmy Butler or a Bam. I think they're going to wait to maybe drop Moments cards for those. I mean, they haven't done that all year, but I think they're going to do that for the Finals MVP. That's just my opinion, but I guess one more card here I almost forgot to bring up is Magic Johnson 2. A lot of people, including myself, have been talking about maybe they'll drop a Magic Johnson, which would definitely mix up the meta, because Magic Johnson, the first one we get, definitely wouldn't have, you know, a lot of shooting. I mean, I feel like this would be a perfect. I think if we got a Magic Johnson, it'd look similar to this, where I don't even think he'd have these shooting badges, but he'd have really good playmaking and some defense, but he'd definitely have like a lower 3 ball and probably be a little sus on defense, but the size would, I don't know, basically Magic Johnson would definitely stir up the meta, and you'd see teams purely running through Curry that want to stretch the floor, and then you'd see teams that want to big body people with Magic Johnson in the paint. So I don't know, Magic Johnson, I've been saying I think we're going to get him in packs soon, but then at the same time, I think it might be just a tad too early. I don't know. If we did get a Magic, he probably wouldn't be that good. He wouldn't. It definitely wouldn't be like this Magic Johnson right here, where he could shoot really, really well. It'd definitely be similar to the Diamond one we got last year, where he's really good because of his size, but not really good because of his stats. I mean, his stats are good all around, but he's not going to have like range extender and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below on the content we're going to get tomorrow. I really think this Wilt Chamberlain drop, let me go back here. The Wilt Chamberlain drop, I think we're going to get something similar, very similar to this, or actually no, I really think we're going to get something similar to this Tim Duncan drop, where we get like a really good big or a really good, you know, really good a 3 or a 4, and then surrounded by really good like budget, I wouldn't even say budget, but really good role players. I mean, ideally, again, I would love to see David Robinson tomorrow, and I think that would fit perfect for what people are looking for the qualifiers, and probably would make 2K quite a bit of bread if they were to release that before qualifiers. But again, let me know in the comments below what you guys think we're going to be getting tomorrow. I think it's going to be a big drop because, like I said, 2K knows. They have it all planned out. They know the qualifiers tomorrow. They know people are going to be willing to rip packs and spend a good amount of money to have their teams ready. So let me know in the comments below what you think's coming out. Go ahead, just a reminder, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, guys, peace out.